You better watch out if your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me, and he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score, never getting bored. Loves the blood and gold, always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really listen until they feel it for their blood in. If you start shit, you be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped, you be chewed up and discarded.
Welcome back to the channel. My name is Max, and today I'm going to be covering the TCL QM8 gaming features. I'm going to be talking about the pros and the cons of the gaming features that TCL has delivered, go over the settings, go over the gaming menu, and also go over the picture. Now, before I go ahead and dive into the video, if you could do me a favor by hitting that like button and the subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. Alright, let's dive into the TCL QM8 gaming feature to see what it truly brings to the table for gamers. As we start, the first thing that pops up is the exclusive gaming mode has been enabled, designed specifically to optimize the console experience. This message only appears once, but you can revisit it by going to Settings, System, and toggle the Game Master option on and off. Now, entering the game bar is like accessing a hub packed with gaming tools and features that enhance your play. Here's what you get: ALLM, all low latency mode, VRR, variable refresh rate, essential for smoother responsiveness, especially in high speed games. Game picture mode, where you can tweak the visuals, adding personalized touch for that ultimate gaming experience. As you navigate through, the Game Master function introduction guides you through each tool. Aiming aid lets you adjust the precision, offering controls of the shape, color, brightness, and size. High frame rate mode provides smoother frame rates, ideal for those ultra fast action scenes. Game picture settings, customize your visuals and settings like original, FPS, RPG, tailored for specific game types. Shadow enhancement brightens darker areas, ensure no surprise lurks in the shadows, and is a useful feature for any intense game. In the menu, you will also see important toggle HGIG. Turning HGIG on or off offer a standardized view for game visuals, presenting the games as it is intended to look. Upon exiting the game bar, you will see the FAQ section for any guidance you might need with the settings. At the top of the screen is your gaming stat tracker, displaying important details like console type, PS5 here, FPS, HDR, ALLM, and VRR status. Now that we got familiarized with the settings, let's go to the QM8 gaming performance to the test. Alright, so the first game I started to play was Astrobot, but here's where I'm starting to run into some issues. As I start playing, I immediately noticed something was off with the picture quality. Now, if you watched my last video, you know I was really impressed by TCL QM8 for the movies and general viewing, especially with HDR, but for gaming, I'm just not getting the same wow factor. The colors look a bit washed out, and the black levels, well, it's just not exactly what I was hoping for. The biggest thing that I noticed here is the local dimming seems to be non-existent. In scenes where I expect deep blacks and a lot of contrast, I'm seeing more of a gray, muted look, especially in darker areas, and no matter how many times I try to tweak the settings, it just doesn't seem like it hit that immersive quality that I'm used to. Now, I try to tweak all types of picture settings, even looked at the presets for the game bar, and nothing seems to be working, but it just seemed like what TCL is doing for the QM8 is just more that the local dimming might be disabled. I'm not 100% sure. I've tried to go to the settings to try to play with it more, but as I was playing this game, it's just like you could clearly see that a lot of the picture quality is just look washed out. And it's just I'm not getting that same vibrant color as if I was playing on the Bravia 9. Even my X95K does a better job in the gaming department when it comes to looking at picture. So in this, I already showed you Astrobot. So I'm about to go ahead and switch to Black Myth Wukong. And I'm also going to show Final Fantasy 16 and Spider-Man just to give a different variety of just showing you how the picture looks when you game on the TCL QM8. Just to give everyone just an understanding that it's not just one game or one-off type situation, but I am seeing this in all the games that I have played. And looking at Black Myth Wukong, I'm still getting that underwhelming feeling of the picture quality on the QM8 compared to what I looked at on a Bravia 9 or the X95K. It's just one of those things that it's okay and the price is good, but when it comes to the gaming portion of it, that's something that I felt very underwhelmed, especially when I'm looking at the picture. So, besides the whole picture issue, let me just talk about the response because that's another portion of the TCL QM8. Now, when it comes to response time, I could say that the TCL QM8 is pretty strong right here. For fast-paced games like shooters or racing games, the response time is decent, and I will even say it's pretty good. You're not getting any noticeable input lag, which is great if you're a competitive gamer, but as for playing and taking the visuals, I just can't shake the feeling that the image looks flat and lack of depth. At the price that TCL is selling the QM8, it's okay. Now, if you want to know how to stack up against all the other TVs that I reviewed this year and even last year, I will put TCL QM8 as the bottom of this one. It's just when it comes to the picture category area. When it comes to response time and even coming up with the game bar, it's pretty good. But if I'm comparing it to a Samsung or a Sony, and I would even say the Hisense, I would still say that the TCL QM8 would be at the bottom on this one. So overall, the TCL QM8 might check off the boxes for movies watching, but for gaming, it leaves a bit to be desired. The response time is solid, which helps the faster paced games, but the picture quality just isn't there. It feels like something is missing in terms of sharpness, depth, and contrast. Even with this impressive HDR in other areas, the gaming experience just doesn't quite live up to the same standards, mainly due to the washed-out visuals and a lack of local dimming controls in the game. I think TCO could really benefit from refining the gaming specific processing and the picture settings, some calibration options or improvement in the game master features that could take the QM8 from okay to truly competitive. For gamers who want to display that nail both stunning picture quality and low latency, this might not be the one, especially if you're looking for rich detail and shadow clarity. One of the key areas TCL could focus on is implementing more fine-grained control over local dimming settings specifically for gaming modes, which will help reduce the washed out look and the darker scenes and improve the contrast, especially in the shadowy areas. In addition of an adaptive or custom setting that balance brightness with black levels, that could make a significant difference here, especially for more visually demanding games. So they have some settings like that, but it doesn't seem to help out the picture specifically for gaming. And it's something that it could be a firmware update. So I will acknowledge that, but everything that I tried to change didn't work. All in all, if TCL can leverage some of these adjustments in future updates or models, they will be in a better position to capture the gaming audience. As it stands, the QM8 offers solid value, but those enhancements could truly elevate it to compete more closely with brands like Sony, LG, Samsung, and even Hisense in the gaming arena. So, if you're in the hunt for a gaming TV that delivers a high quality experience across the board, it may be worth considering other options. Stick around if you're interested in more side by side comparison and reviews. And as always, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think of the QM8. Is it enough to keep up with the other TVs in this class, or is TCL still catching up in the gaming department? Just let me know. Until next time, I see everyone on the next video. Take care.